All right, one and all. Hey, this is Eric. I'm gonna try to make this shorter than what I did before. I just erased almost an hour's worth of rant and anger and frustration. I really did. Just did it a few seconds ago. So here it goes. Here I am. Uh, as you see here, I see, as you do, uh, Dallas Cowboys roster. For the most part, it's correct. I downloaded it. I'm on Madden 22, but I'm not going to play any. I'm not going to simulate any games or anything like that. I'm just going to go through the roster and just say what I feel about about this team. Right now, it is a trash team, and it's my favorite team. I hate to say that about my favorite team, but it's the truth. It's trash. It's doo doo, and Washington has made that perfectly clear to the tune of 26-6. How is a playoff team supposed to play like this? I can't. How many three and outs were there? I forget. Um, I'm looking at the stats here. It was just freaking awful. The Cowboys were like almost never in the game. It seemed like until like just before halftime. But see, that's the way they do. That's the way the Cowboys do. Is we're about to lose the game. Let's go score a touchdown. Okay, ready, set, hike, and boom, 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 touchdown. It's too freaking late. You lost the game. Big deal. So what? And that's the way it's been lately. They might win, but they win it ugly, or they'll lose in overtime like the Jacksonville, like some stupid, idiotic, stupid play. Um, Prescott seems to be getting worse and worse. I wonder if he's got an eye problem or something. Or he's something's going on with him. It is. It's got to be. It's nakedly clear to me. I mean, he's like freaking missing wide open receivers. Something happened. Like in the last, well, I mean, ever since he's come back, I mean, everybody knows he's thrown like umpteen interceptions, which I would be cool with, as long as he's throwing two, three, or four touchdown passes. Right? Cancel it out and then some. But tonight, not so much. All right. He threw a pick six. Could have easily thrown another one. In fact, the play just before he threw the pick six probably should have been a pick six, but it wasn't. It was awful. I'm not going to blame it all on him. The O line sucked. I mean, like a vacuum cleaner, it sucked. No, Prescott didn't get sacked 10 times or anything like that. But he had to dance around and move around quite a bit because the Washington defense was coming. They were coming for him. And on the times when he was able to throw a pass, oftentimes he was throwing into double coverage or throwing uh, to a point where the guy couldn't catch the ball. And other times the receivers act like they were asleep, like they didn't even know the freaking ball was coming their way. Passes flying right through their hands. There was one time when Dak threw the ball to Elliott. Dak threw the ball toward the sideline. Elliott didn't even know the freaking ball was thrown, and he was cutting up field or to the right. Just off. It's like everybody just got together for the first time on offense. Hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, my name is Dak Prescott. Hey, how you doing? I'm Zeke Elliott. You know, did anybody look at the playbook? Does anybody even know the playbook? It was crazy. It was something weird. Unless like I've heard some people say the NFL is rigged. Maybe. Could be part of why we'll never see another Super Bowl. At least not at this rate. Awful. Just embarrassing. It should be embarrassing to them, but you know what? They're billionaires, and they probably just go drown their sorrows in wine, women, and song. And then they go, "Oh yeah, we got a playoff game to play." Well, guess what? You fools have to go to Tampa Bay. Good luck. Good luck against Tom Brady on a grass field where it's a surface that Cowboys more often than not lose. The team is predicated on quickness and speed. What team isn't? But it seemed like more so than others. Get them on a grass field. It's like, man, it's like another team. It's like, who the freak is this? What team is this? Some high school team hijacked the Cowboys uniforms and jumped on out there. Makes you wonder. Makes me wonder anyway. Wow. So many 3 and outs on our offense. It's embarrassing. There was at least 6. Maybe been a couple more. I stopped watching it soon after Cooper Rush got in there. And then they couldn't move the ball. Anywho. I mean, this is how bad it got. All right. Team stats. Cowboys, total yards, 182. Washington, 309. Passing yards for Dallas, 118. You should have that in a half. Not a whole game. Washington, 158. Now, that's going to look good on Dallas's defensive stats, but, who cares? They lost the game. Rushing yards. Dallas, 64. Really? Washington, 151. I'm serious. I'm start calling our defense the old man defense because it's soft in the middle. Soft in the middle. That's all you have to do against Dallas. Just run right up the middle. Maybe a few outside runs. But up the middle, that's where you're going to make your money. Defense can't barely sniff the quarterback. Oh, get this one. Yards per play, Dallas 2.8. Washington 4.9. First downs, Dallas 10, Washington 16. Both of those numbers are sucky, but again, Washington had the better of the two stats there. Third down efficiency, Dallas 4 of 18, Washington 3 of 14. Fourth down efficiency, Dallas 1 of 3. Washington didn't have to try for a fourth down conversion. Okay. Sacks allowed, Dallas 1. Washington 3. Okay, yeah, we got 3 sacks. Felt like none. You did. You get your butt beat by 20 points, you can have 10 sacks, but you lost the game. Whoop de frickin' do. There were 17 punts between the two teams. Dallas punted 10 times. You ain't gonna win jack crap like that. Dallas had 6 penalties, surprise, surprise, for 74 yards. Washington had only 2 for 10 yards. Dallas lost a fumble. Sure, the freak did. Which one did they call a fumble? Because Anger, the punter, dropped the ball, and one of the Washington players jumped on or got it. I think he like popped it into the air or something. But anyway, a Washington player got it, and Cavante Turpin let the ball bounce off of his helmet, his face mask, and then flubble right through his hands, right into the waiting arms of a Washington player. Gee, you would think those two were on the payroll for the Washington Commandos. They both threw an interception. Time of possession went to Washington. 36 minutes to almost 24 for Dallas. For a team that has won 12 games this season, that's not the best way to go into the playoffs. Tell me how sucky Prescott was. Let me just pull up old dude's visage there. His image there. He completed 14 of 37 passes for 128 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Cooper Rush threw 1 pass, didn't complete that. Oh boy. Vomitville, USA. It was bad. All right, so rushing, Tony Pollard, 7 carries, 19 yards. I'm gonna forget which. I forget was it Pollard or Elliott had only 12 yards to go for a 1,000-yard season. Probably was Pollard, but he barely got that. Okay. Malik Davis came in the fourth quarter, 5 carries, 19 yards. No big deal. I mean, Washington had the game won by that time. Prescott ran 6 times for 16 yards. Don't you remember the days when he would have gotten twice that? I know, I know the horrific leg injury. I get that. But my point is that he is not the quarterback he used to be. And dare I say it, maybe we need to draft another quarterback. But at the same time, who is out there to draft? I've seen a few college games here and there. I mean, a few plays here and there. So I'm not going to sit up here and say I know everything about college football. I know everything about college football quarterbacks. I don't. But if there is a fantastic player at quarterback, I mean, gosh, is that Bennett guy, Bennett Stetson for Georgia? Is I don't think he's a senior, is he? I don't think he is. I could be wrong, but I don't know, maybe him. But at the same time, I'm sure he's surrounded by a whole bunch of great talent. I mean, they're ranked number 1. So I don't know if he makes the team or the team makes him, or it's a symbiotic thing. I don't know. But back to this, okay. Elliott ran 8 times for 10 yards. I hurt for him. I hurt for him and Pollard because the O-line was just straight up trash. It was donkey doo-doo. Any Any adjective, negative adjective that you want to put there would probably apply. I understand the O line is kind of shuffled there, but it's still bad. Washington's O line is better than ours. Straight up. I don't care who's going to the Hall of Fame after their career is gone. Our O line sucks. Do you hear me? It sucks like a vacuum cleaner. It does. If you haven't watched the game, watch it. Watch how sucky it was. All right, receiving. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little tidbit. Anger, the punter who dropped the ball, he got credit for a carry. One carry, none yards. Man fumbled. Man should be given squat on that. But here we go to the receiving. All right, CD Lamb, at least he got a touchdown pass, right? 5 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Schultz, 4 for 33. T.Y. Hilton, 2 for 19. Noah Brown, 1 catch for 10 yards. 1. Awful. Gallup, 1 catch, 10 yards. Twice as awful. He should be better. He should be putting up better numbers than Noah Brown. Should be. But he ain't. The guy ain't. He dropped a pass. Seemed like everybody dropped a pass today. So I'm not going to blame it all on Dak. Receivers were donkey today for the most part. Except for CD. Ferguson 1 for 4. And then Schultz there. The whole line just like straight up shuffled, and don't put too much stock on what you see here as far as the positions go, because it's just all mixed up. Whoever uploaded this onto Madden 22 servers or whatever, it's not completely accurate. I mean, it should be accurate. I mean, if you're going to say, "Oh, this is an update," no, it ain't. You're just lying. Why are you lying? What good comes of that? And injuries. Terrence Steele is out. Yeah, when somebody on the O-line is out, I understand it does affect the chemistry, and things don't go quite as well. However, these guys are paid millions of dollars to do what they're very good at. Get it together. As a fan, I would say get it together. Get it cooking, or we're going to get cooked. We're going to get embarrassed once again. Last year, it was the 49ers. This year, we go to Tampa. Uh-oh. Guess who's the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You don't have to guess. Everybody and their mama knows. Tom Brady. Tom Brady has never lost against the Cowboys, ever. In 8 games, he is 8-0. They have not all been pretty. It's not like Tom Brady is in every single game popped us for 4 touchdowns. No. There's been at least one game where he struggled mightily. But you know what? His team still won. His team still got the W, and that is the bottom line. Not stats. Wins. That's why he's got all those doggone rings on his fingers. He knows how to win. Man was picked in the 6th round. I digress. Um, Defense. I blame the offense for a lot of what the defense had to go through because it is hard, very hard to defend against a short field when it keeps happening over and over and over again. The Cowboys gave these guys 10 points. 10 right off the bat. Now, granted, they still would have lost if you take away those 10 points. It'd be 16-6. But good night. At least it wouldn't be a 20-point blowout. Have mercy. Anyway, so Diggy, I guess how they have it. I'm looking off of Google here. Diggy got a sack. Armstrong got half a sack. Sam Williams got a sack. He also caused a penalty too. I understand, yeah, and I saw it too. Cosme, one of the O-line guys for Washington, headbutted him. But you know what? You can't react. You cannot react. Seldom is it that I've seen that the guy who really deserves to be flagged gets flagged. Sam Williams pushed the guy in retaliation. I think he shoved him in the face or something like that. And then tweet, there goes a flag. And Dallas gets penalized. You can't do that. You can't do that. All right. Malik Hooker made the interception. I was thinking it was Bland at first, but no, it was Hooker. Thank you, Malik Hooker. Man, glad you're on our squad. Good gravy. Let's see. Oh, Parsons got half a sack. That man been reduced to well, he's got 13 and a half sacks to end the year. I mean, it's not bad. But man, you would want your playmakers to trend up, not down. Everything is trending down for Dallas. I've seen this movie play out many times before. Even in the days of Roger Staubach, okay, Captain America, everybody, wants to say people act like Roger Staubach was perfect. He was not. Those Cowboy teams under Landry, even in the Super Bowl years, were not perfect. They got their nose rubbed into their own feces sometimes. The difference is those guys got back up and won in the playoffs. Many playoff games. These guys, man, and it's pretty much the whole NFL, man. And I have to blame Goodell and the people who implement this stuff. They don't get to practice like they used to. I remember the days where teams could have some all out in the middle of the season, even all out practices, like game style. Can't do that anymore. Not as much anyway. They only have 11 padded practices through the course of the season. Really? And I get it. it's a reaction. CTE. Yeah, yeah. You do have to do something about that. But if you're going to have a game as violent as football, um, and if you want to make money and continue to have good quality football out there, I don't think you can do it like this. Now I know all the really good teams. They're like, oh man, we fine the way it is. 17 games. Personally, I think 16 games is stretching it a little bit for these guys. I kind of liked it better when it was 14 games. The and you had the longer preseasons. Yeah, the guys probably didn't like it, meaning the players probably didn't like the long preseasons. Some of them did, some of them did, I'm sure, to get the kinks out. So when they play that first game, they're ready, they're battle tested to a degree already. The coaches know who is who's good and who's not, and they're ready to go. I mean, yeah, okay, so maybe I don't know, maybe it's the old geezer in me talking, but I just missed that era of football where these guys could practice and get the crap together and have an actual preseason in terms of games. You know, I think six was pushing it a little too far back then. He used to have six preseason games. That yeah, okay, yeah, that I think that's too much. 3 or 4, I'm cool with. But man, this long season, this long, super long regular season, heck, I think Jerry Jones wants to push it to 18 games. I'm like, my gosh, 18 games. Well, you might as well just go ahead and have a year-round football season. Just week, week of games after the other. What's the point? What is the freaking point? These guys are going to end up. You're going to have to expand the roster mightily. You're going to have college team like rosters, 100 players, 18 game seasons, man. I mean, yeah, I'll still watch, but it's like, it's pushing it. And then it's put, the playoff system is such that it's getting moved further and further into the year, into the next year. The Super Bowl is going to be played in mid-February. Come on. Mid to late January, I'm cool with that. Could be, yeah, man, that's just the way you're used to it. Yeah, to a degree that is. But you gotta let these guys heal up, man. You gotta let these guys heal up. Ridiculous to me. But yeah, it's all entertainment. It's all entertainment. I get it. So since they since they're gonna do this, um, I got on a tangent, but man, it's just so much that is just wrong with the NFL, wrong with the Cowboys. That's not even funny. I probably could go on the whole 24 hours. Oh, I won't do that to anybody. I won't. So, uh, there's probably a lot of guys on this current Cowboys team that need to be gone, and maybe some coaches. I don't understand why Dan Quinn's defense was so great for the first, 12 games or so of the season, and all of a sudden everybody figured his defense out. And I don't see where, at least it's not obvious, where he's trying to change anything up to where he can have his defense back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, there are injuries. I get it. The big eye injury. Anthony Brown's gone. Jordan Lewis gone. Now we're stuck with Boss Man Fat and was it Kelvin Joseph is his real name. Is it Boss Man Fat's his rap name? And Nashawn Wright. And Nashawn Wright is in there because Kelvin Joseph is not cutting it. And I get if your secondary is shoddy, even in one spot, it can make things go south real quick. And I saw a guy playing defensive back who I didn't even know was on the freaking squad until the game was being played. I said, who is number 37? Mullins? Who is that? What's a Mullins? And if I had to define this guy, I had to say, well, a Mullins is a guy who just comes onto your squad and gets burned and gets away with pass interference. Horrible. Horrible. And it makes me glad that I'm not a young guy playing football on this team. It does. That was embarrassing. I feel for guys like Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb and D-Law and guys like that. I know those guys, they put it out there. The rest of these guys, the rest of these guys today, I don't know what the heck's going on. Is everybody sick? I know there's been a funky, weird illness going on in the Cowboys camp. People be popping up sick. They say, it's not COVID, not COVID related. What the freak is it? Guys eating the same rotten chicken or something? What's going on? Eating the same bad hamburger meat or something? What's going on? As people keep saying an illness. That's another thing. Y'all trying to hide something? Y'all trying not to say it's COVID? What's going on? I'm just wondering. Weird stuff going on in Cowboys land. And to be beaten up by a Washington team that's starting a rookie quarterback from North Carolina. When was the last time there was a good quarterback from North Carolina coming into the NFL? Let me know. Sam Howell, granted, he didn't have a great day statistically, but guess what? His team won, and he did enough for his team to win. And that Washington should have lost today. Anger should have handled that snap and punted the ball away. Turpin should have handled that punt return. So there's 10 points right there. It's weird, man. It's like nobody practiced today. Is that what? Maybe they didn't. I mean, these guys don't get to practice like I think they should. They're football players. You pay these guys millions of dollars, and they fart around in pads and shorts. I don't know. Football isn't as good as it used to be. It's not football anymore. I'm not saying allow these wicked hits and all that. That's just that's like obviously unnecessary. I'm not saying that. Uh, but at the same time, I'm noticing as I'm watching other non-cowboy games that, especially this weekend, they're letting the players play a little bit more, meaning not as sticky on calling pass interference, not as sticky calling holding, not as sticky just calling things in general. If you don't do that at the end of the year, what in the freak is stopping these guys from doing so the previous 16 regular season games? Or 17, however many weeks there are nowadays. I'm just sick of the NFL doing this little dance when it comes to the rules and all this. And it's obvious, that I'll say this and maybe I'll just cut it. It's obvious that those who are on top in the NFL kingdom, meaning the operations of it, Goodell and his merry men and women, have it in for certain teams, certain coaches. He has it in, I think, for Jerry Jones. He has it in for Sean Payton. You go look that up if you wish. And has it in for the Saints and Cowboys. Huh. That's funny. Those are two of my three favorite teams that I like to cheer for. I'm not saying Goodell was I want to get this guy. No. But I am saying it's like, what's going on there? What's going on there? That's just odd. Like adjacent states, basic region, not coming down on the Texans that I recall, at least not unnecessarily. But hey, if anybody thinks I'm wrong about any of this, feel free to comment. Feel free to, within reason. I mean, don't get ugly. Don't get to the point where action must be taken, so to speak. But leave a comment, like, subscribe. Maybe I need to get a life. I don't know. I do have a life, but and I normally don't make this type of video where all I do is rant. Usually it's a simulation that I'm doing, or on a rare occasion it's music related. But this one, I just had to just verbally puke it out. All right. So on this note, peace out, and let me see if I can catch some of the Detroit Green Bay game. Sure, Aaron Rodgers is going to win. Um, not the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, because without Aaron, they're a talented team, yes, but they're not half as confident as when they have 12 back there. Oh, how I wish Aaron Rodgers was our quarterback. Goodbye.